The Avengers, released in 2012, is a spectacular ensemble superhero film that unites some of Marvel's most iconic characters. This epic story brings together Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, the Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye, forming the Avengers team to save the world from an impending global threat. Nick Fury, S.H.I.E.L.D. director, goes to headquarters in New Mexico during an evacuation. The Tesseract activates, creating a portal for Loki, who controls minds with a blue spear. He takes the Tesseract and some S.H.I.E.L.D. personnel. The base collapses due to an energy surge, and a chase fails to catch Loki. Nick Fury declares a state of emergency and assigns agents Natasha Romanoff and Phil Coulson to find heroes to stop Loki. Romanoff is pulled from her assignment in Eastern Europe to locate Bruce Banner, the Incredible Hulk, who's in India helping at a hospital. Banner is told about the Tesseract's danger, and because of his expertise in gamma rays, he's their best hope to find it. Nick Fury faces criticism from the World Security Council for his plan to form the Avengers Initiative. They doubt it will work, but Fury insists it's their only hope against Loki. Reluctantly, the superiors agree to his plan. Nick Fury easily finds Steve Rogers, who's been monitored since being found alive. Fury gives Rogers a briefing packet. Tony Stark works on a new Iron Man suit with underwater capabilities and plans to make his building self-sustaining. Coulson delivers information to Tony, and Pepper heads to DC. Coulson and Rogers fly to an aircraft carrier. Coulson talks about Captain America and introduces Rogers to Dr. Banner. They're unsure about the carrier's purpose. Rogers thinks it's a submarine. However, it's the least suitable means of transport for Dr. Banner, who shouldn't be inside a submerged, pressurized metal container. Nevertheless, the carrier takes off. They learn that Selvig and Loki are in Stuttgart, Germany. Rogers' first task is to go to Stuttgart and arrest Loki, who is at a fancy event targeting a doctor with a crucial element for the Tesseract to work. After taking it, Loki tries to make people kneel before him. An old man defies him, but Captain America intervenes. Then, Iron Man arrives, ready for action, challenging Loki to make a move. Loki surrenders, and they take him on the Helicarrier. During the flight, there's a lightning storm, and Loki reveals he's not afraid of the lightning itself, but what follows. Thor, Loki's half-brother, comes to capture him for Asgardian justice, leading to a fight with Captain America and Iron Man, which ends without a clear winner. Loki is placed in a special glass cell on the Helicarrier, designed for the Hulk. Fury warns that if Loki tries to escape, he could fall to Earth and possibly die. On the aircraft carrier, the Avengers are having a meeting. Their leader, Fury, is talking to them about their next mission. Meanwhile, Agent Romanoff is questioning Loki, and she discovers that Loki is targeting Bruce to transform into the Hulk. Tony Stark shows up and seems to have a good connection with Bruce Banner. Stark tries to make Banner angry to see the Hulk's transformation, but Banner talks about his struggles and depression after an accident. He explains that he moved to Calcutta because helping people gives his life purpose. Thor inquires with Agent Coulson about Jane Foster's whereabouts. Coulson informs him that S.H.I.E.L.D. has relocated her to their witness protection program, ensuring her safety in a secure location in London. The Avengers, engaged in heated debates and careful discussions about their strategy in dealing with Loki, and the shocking revelation that S.H.I.E.L.D. intended to exploit the Tesseract's energy for weapon development, a revelation initially uncovered by Rogers. Fury acknowledged that the incidents in New Mexico a year prior, as detailed in Thor 2011, had alerted S.H.I.E.L.D. to the existence of extraterrestrial civilizations, some of which might view Earth as a vulnerable target. The group decided to use the Tesseract to make powerful weapons as a way to deter threats. While they were discussing this, Clint Barton and Loki's controlled agents attacked their flying helicarrier, damaging one of its engines. Stark and Rogers tried to fix the engine, while Romanoff attempted to stop Dr. Banner from turning into the Hulk and wrecking the ship. Unfortunately, she failed, and the Hulk chased her through the ship. Thor stepped in to fight the Hulk, briefly subduing him with his hammer, Mjolnir. During a battle with Barton, Romanoff hit him hard, breaking Loki's mind control. The Hulk fell from the ship, and Loki tricked Thor into a holding cell, releasing it to make Thor fall. Agent Coulson briefly held Loki off, but was ultimately fooled by one of Loki's illusions, and was fatally stabbed by the real Loki. Coulson managed to shoot Loki using a weapon powered by the destroyer's energy before he died. Thor escaped the falling cell just in time, and Banner reverted to his human form after crashing into an abandoned factory. Fury uses Coulson's apparent death as a way to inspire the Avengers to unite and work together. Stark and Rogers realize that just defeating Loki won't be sufficient. He wants to prove himself as Earth's ruler publicly. Tony realizes that Loki is seeking attention and has taken residence in Stark's office. Tony heads to Stark Tower and tries to distract Loki with a drink, attempting to intimidate him. While this is happening, Tony has his AI, Jarvis, prepare an advanced version of the Iron Man suit, the MK-07, with powerful weapons. Loki refuses to cooperate, and he tries to control Tony's mind using his scepter, but has no effect thanks to Tony's trusty arc reactor in his chest. He then grabbed Tony and threw him outside the building, but his suit was deployed, quickly equipping him as he descended. In response, Tony retaliated with a counterattack against Loki. Natasha arrives just as Dr. Selvig opens the portal, leading to the unleashing of Loki's massive army, and chaos ensues. Captain Rogers, Natasha, and Barton fought on the ground, assisting in the evacuation of civilians. Captain Rogers directed NYPD officers to guide people into underground tunnels and subways to keep them safe. They can't handle the sheer number of invaders pouring into Earth's atmosphere. Fortunately, Bruce Banner arrived to help. He transforms into the Hulk and goes on a smashing rampage. The Avengers unite to protect New York. Romanoff, with some unexpected aid from the Chitauri, makes her way to the device maintaining the open portal, conveniently located on the Stark building's rooftop. Dr. Selvig, who had been knocked unconscious when Iron Man unsuccessfully attempted to destroy the machine, is now awake and free from Loki's influence. He reveals that Loki's scepter has the power to close the portal. Meanwhile, Dr. Banner confronts Loki, who refuses to be intimidated by him, smashing and defeating him in Tony Stark's penthouse. While Fury is on a conference call with the Council, he strongly criticizes their choice to launch a nuclear missile at Manhattan. He makes every effort to prevent them from going through with it, including destroying one of two jets preparing to take off from the Helicarrier. However, the second jet escapes and successfully launches a nuclear weapon. While Romanoff is securing the portal, Tony intercepts a missile and flies it into the portal as a way to stop the Chitauri invasion. While inside the portal, he tries to contact Pepper, but the call fails. Tony launches the missile at the Chitauri mothership, which destroys the entire invasion force. Tony runs out of oxygen, but manages to escape the portal just in time, thanks to the Hulk's timely rescue. Afterward, Tony suggests they all go for shawarma, but they decide to capture Loki first. The Avengers part ways. Romanoff, Rogers, and Hawkeye return to S.H.I.E.L.D., Tony and Pepper work on rebuilding Stark Tower, and Thor takes Loki and the Tesseract back to Asgard for trial. The Avengers become heroes to some, but raise questions about responsibility for the destruction in others' eyes, as shown in TV news reports. During a video conference call with the World Security Council, Fury receives both congratulations and criticism. They believe the group, the Avengers, is too dangerous now that their existence is known. However, Fury sees the events in New York as a warning to potential threats from other galaxies that S.H.I.E.L.D. will defend Earth with its formidable team. He assures the S.H.I.E.L.D. board that the Avengers are no longer under surveillance, but they'll be called back if needed. In a mid-credits scene, the Chitauri leader advises his master that attacking Earth is like courting death, to which his master smiles with anticipation, revealing himself to be Thanos. In a later credits scene, the Avengers are depicted dining together at a shawarma restaurant. The team appears fatigued, and there is no conversation among them, and the movie ends here. Thank you for watching, and I highly recommend watching the entire movie as it is incredibly enjoyable. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel, so you can stay updated and receive notifications whenever we upload new videos.